1 kill, 5 deaths, 8 assists. So I actually don't have the most deaths on the team, but it's not great. And coming late game like this, I had an easy time farming up early on. But if we look at the creep kills, whereas for a while I was actually, I think I was leading my team, I'm now half as good as the Puppet Master. So it looks like my late game farm suffers a little. And I don't know, maybe I should... Like 2 ships passing in the night. It's like they didn't even see each other. I don't know what was going on there. Was someone invisible? I don't know. Actually, let me take a second here to pause and... Okay, there we go. I'm stopping and restarting the Fraps recording, just in case there's a problem with the sound falling out of sync. This should force it to resync. Hopefully, that will improve things. So, let's get back to the action with Meraxis being chased by both Armadon and Dampier. Now, luckily, Myrmidon is pretty tough, and I don't know if these guys actually have a stun. In fact, Meraxis turns around, drops a stun on the two of them, and continues to try to escape. Unfortunately, he's now being joined by the Bombardier and by Myrmidon. Myrmidon, of course, has lots of CC, and there's no way for Meraxis to get out of there at that point. And all 5 of the Hellborn are together and looking to do a pretty good push. Meraxis is just laughing about it. What else are you going to do, huh? Oh, I think they know. They know, or at least suspect, that the Legion are hanging out in the jungle, and they're going to go looking for them. But I think the Legion are just going to pull back and try to defend at their base. If they can get in a good team fight within range of their tower, that should help out considerably. Especially if we get a proper initiation. Yeah, they're definitely hunting around the jungle, hoping that someone is there, but nothing. Instead, they're just going to clean up the jungle and take more XP, more gold, more creep kills, but... Oh no! Puppet Master overextending himself. We were kind of hanging around as a group. In fact, there's Fade looking to maybe get an initiation on someone. That's not going to work out. She is gooped and slowed down here, desperately trying to escape, but she's not going to be able to. And the Legion team just give up 2 kills. Tragic. So what am I doing at this point? Oh yes, I'm trying to assemble the ingredients to the Staff of the Master. It's been in the guide that I've been following, and I hadn't actually put it together until now, because I hadn't noticed that on this ability it tells you what the staff effect is. Or maybe it's because of the mod I added. Maybe it just said it'll improve this ability or something like that. I don't remember. In any case, this is the first game where I actually get to the point where I'm able to start, or to finalize it. In this game it will get finalized, and I'll really get to experience what it means to have a 10-second cooldown, and overall I end up being kind of unimpressed. Probably in the hands of a true master, being able to do that kind of crap will be super powerful, but not for me. So I think I will be taking Anime Heroes' suggestions and going for a cloak, an Assassin Shroud next time. So we're definitely pinned into our base here, especially, okay, now we finally get Fade back up. And we may try to get some last hits or a little bit of harass where we can. A couple of ranged attacks do go down there. And I think mostly what I'm looking for at this point is I'm looking for some to overextend just a tiny bit, you know, maybe come out to here and I can just drop a comet on them. Or if the other team doesn't appear to be around, I may try to go in with my Void Rip and do a position swap, but that is really not going to be my first plan, because I suspect that a position swap will in fact lead to my death. I like what the Myrmidon keeps doing here. He keeps hiding in the woods where he's not going to be seen, but he can initiate with a stun there. Now, the Fade is able to get a kill off before that goes off. In fact, Armadon is also going to be caught out of position and goes down as well. You can see the Aurora going down, catching a few people, but here comes the Soul Stealer. He does have his magic immunity on. Bombardier does get finished off there, and Myrmidon's quite low. In fact, he's going to be the one who's in real danger here if the Legion team becomes aware that he is in there. In fact, Fade is looking for him, and she's got great movement. She does get stunned. Oh, double stun, and gets taken out. Nice move by the Myrmidon. And he's going to be able to escape safely unless he cuts into the main path a little too soon, in which case he may run into the Legion team, who are trying to push here while everyone but the Myrmidon is dead. So we had a couple of unfortunate deaths right at the end there, but overall, an excellent team fight, and it is going to enable the Legion to push. Meraxis, is he going to tank? Nope, pulls back. They use their invulnerability power to try to make try to keep the turret alive a little bit longer, but I think it is going to inevitably go down. In fact, nice initiation there by the Thunderbringer on a weakened Myrmidon, who gets Void Ripped. Did you see that? Did you see how cool that was? Oh, hell yeah. Now, I don't think there was actually any way for him to escape, but just to make sure, I swapped his position so that he would be pulled backwards towards the group. And, oh! Just barely avoid Bombardier's ultimate there. I did head off to the side because I thought it might be coming, or maybe I heard it come, and tried to duck out as quickly as I could. And eventually I decided, you know what, my health's a little too low. This is still pretty exposed of a place, but just in case, I'm going to use the teleport to try to get out. I don't know if that was wise or not, but hey, I needed to get home and spend some money. In fact, here I am with the Mighty Blade. I may have bought that and put it in my stash at some point. I certainly hope so. I wasn't just carrying around 1,000+ gold that could have gone away if I had died one more time, but frankly, that's probably what happened. Fade here, picking up a ruin. Now, did she bottle that? Nope, she actually just used it. Reflection, movement speed, double damage! Oh, so she is definitely looking for a target here, and she may in fact find one at the top. Bombardier, he is lower level than she is. The Soul Stealer there. Now, Soul Stealer is much higher level, but he was engaged with some creeps, and holy crap! Oh, it wasn't just Fade. That was the Thunderbringer. I think Thunderbringer has a global damage ultimate. Lightning Storm. Damage and briefly reveal all enemy heroes on the map. Staff of the Master, does he have it? No, but increases the effect. So, it was doing 460 damage to every hero on the map. And I think at this point there was a little bit of discussion in TeamSpeak, or in the team chat, about whether that it was a kill steal or not. The Thunderbringer, of course, saying he was just trying to help with the gank. And of course, I think the gank did happen pretty quickly. He used that virtually after she initiated, and it just happened that that was the one that got the killing blow. Gotta give people the benefit of the doubt, and in fact, there wasn't too much acrimony, just a little bit of QQ. And I think that's the sort of thing you can expect. There will be comments made, but no one will actually take it to heart. Meanwhile, looks like the Armageddon gets spotted. He is all alone over here. What is he doing? And... whoa! A Void Rip again! Keeping him pinned in the middle of the group. Get finished off. And basically what it comes down to, the second that I feel that he is isolated, that I'm not going to be Void Ripping into the middle of the enemy group. Oh, Fade is in big trouble here. Double CC within range of the tower. Does get taken down. Might have gotten eaten by Dampier there, who is going to be chased away from being low, but we're not going to follow him right into the base. Here's the Myrmidon. Oh, a portal key by the Soul Stealer, but the Legion team is able to be out of range, and no one dies. More or less. Thunderbringer does go down there. Oh, I'm going to go down as well. I think I ended up turning around because I knew my death was inevitable and decided to apply a little bit of damage. Meanwhile, Meraxis is the only one left standing in this particular corner of the map, and he's going to make his escape, or attempt to. He does have his shield going off. You can see he's covered with axes, and I think he decides that there's no way for him to escape. No, he turns around long enough to get off his stump, try to get his stun off, but Myrmidon is going to hold him pinned, and there he goes, finally leaving only the Puppet Master on our team, on the Legion team, to defend. Meanwhile, all 5 of the Hellborn are up, so you can expect a big push coming down, maybe the middle. Actually, I guess all the, this is the only out-of-base tower left. What do you call this one? Is this the inner tower? Is it outer, inner, and this would be the barrack turret? I have no idea. And strangely enough, the Hellborn team is not pushing. I don't know what they were doing, but that seems quite odd to me. We were dead for a long time, and I have no idea why they wouldn't have pushed maybe the middle tower. I'm sure they must have been able to kill it by now. How strange. I mean, after a point, if not everyone comes right away, then you have no choice. Ooh, this tower. Hope the Legion team is going to deny it here. They're going to kill off the minions, get an automatic deny. Well, that was pretty good. Better than letting them get it, which was inevitable. At that point, everyone is almost up. We're just waiting on Meraxis to finally pop as well. And then I suspect the Legion team will probably adopt a defensive posture. At this point, the Hellborn is still leading 10k XP ahead, 8k gold. But the actual kill count is fairly balanced, 32 to 37. Leaves the Legion team behind in kills, but not critically so. A big part of it is simply the creep kills and the tower kills at this point. Oh, an engagement here on Fade, who is going to try to get out of there. She is invisible and is able to pull away. Whoa, just too much going on. Dampier going down. The Soul Stealer quite low and chasing the Puppet Master. And did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see me save the Puppet Master? 28 health. I'm going to rewind this. Come on. And let's slow this down. Alright. Slow motion, baby. There's the Puppet Master in the middle of it all, but being feasted on by Dampier, who's trying to do as much damage as possible. Here on. Dampier does get this kill on Thunderbringer and then turns his attention to the Puppet Master, who is going to try to escape. And there he goes, 230 health. There's the stun, which apparently breaks right away. Oh no, that's just an auto attack. Puppet Master, 230, 23 health, followed by a Void Hero saving the day. God, I am so good. And now we're going to see if we can finish him off. Dampier has turned his attention to me. I'm taking quite a bit of damage, but I'm going to get out of melee range. Meanwhile, Moraxis and Fade are going to tear him apart. Ta-da! So good. So good. Love that moment. Of course, then the Soul Stealer comes in and starts eating people, because that's what he does. He is owning me. How mean is that? Pops his shrunken head. And he's going to kill these guys. So yes, I am being owned by the Soul Stealer. Still, that moment made the game for me. Like, that was so cool. You can do awesome stuff with Andromeda. So this push is going to be stopped. Oh, Moraxis is using his portal key to try to chase the Soul Stealer, but the Soul Stealer uses his own portal key, I believe. Yep, to get the heck out of there. I can definitely see the portal key as an excellent item on the Soul Stealer. Being able to portal key in there, huge ultimate AoE, doing lots of damage. And again, it looks like there's going to be a little bit of a push top here. It's a good group to be doing it. Lots of damage, lots of tankiness, plus a little bit of CC. Ping going on down here. Oh, because the Hellborn team has checked the top rune, so they know that the rune is not at the top, and they're going to try to connect it from the bottom. There it is. And he's pinged it. He's not going to take it.
Take that, sucker!
Oh, he's going to steal some mobs on our jungle again. Meanwhile, Puppet Master's doing the same thing over here. And someone is pinging Kongor. Looks like the Legion team making moves that way. Oh, portal key engagement in Kongor. Oh, I think he was suspecting that they were going after him. Now, that's not going to be the case. They do catch the Bombardier all here on his own, but he's able to pick up the Haste Rune and get out way too quickly. Plenty of pings going off, and we have here Fade looking around, looking for a target. And is it going to be able to catch the Bombardier after the Haste Rune wears off and finishes him off, finishes the job? Nice work here. Moraxis hunting around in the jungle. Now, they know where he is, but of course he's a pretty tough engagement. A little bit of damage there. The stun, the Void Rip. Pinning the Dampirian. He does go down, but not quickly enough. Looks like Moraxis is going to get taken out too. No! He is surviving. God, Moraxis is so tough. But I get owned up again by the Soul Stealer, who luckily gets killed by the Puppet Master, who then gets stunned and taken out by the Myrmidon. It was quite the badass. Very, very powerful character. Very strong character. Balanced. I don't think he's overpowered. I don't think he's broken or anything like that, but very, very strong. The combination of having 2 stuns, so good. Especially, you know, if you can isolate the noob and just feed on him, kind of like what the Void Stealer is doing to me. It's a good thing. Now, it looks like the Legion team is closing the gap on the Hellborn slightly in terms of XP, but the Hellborn are still well ahead in both XP and gold. Have a drink, since there's a lull in the action. So at this point, it doesn't take too much longer before I decide, you know what, I'm going to sell the mana battery. Oh! Did it right there. I decide the mana battery, even with full charges, represents less than 10% of my health. Represents more than that in mana, which is actually pretty nice. But at this point, the mobility and the fight being so close to the base, the problem doesn't tend to be a mana cap too much. So I decided to sell it to make room for another fortified bracelet. I'm having a really hard time saving up enough money for the next component for the Staff of the Master. It seemed best to just add a little bit more survivability to the package. Of course, the fortified bracelet also gives me a little more intelligence, which will help me do slightly more auto attack damage, and of course improves my mana pool as well, and mana regen, yes. One thing I do really like about Heroes of Newerth is that the cheap items are really cheap compared to the expensive items. And it makes it really viable to buy inexpensive items early on and then replace them, and I quite like that. I would not be opposed if, say, in League of Legends, the Dorn's items... Oh, am I being chased? Oh, he's invisible. But I don't think he's going to be engaging here. In fact, what it tells them mostly is that we are not near Kongor. However, there is going to be engagement coming in from the side. No, Fate is just going to get taken out by a combination of Dampier and the Soul Stealer, and that should enable them to just finish off Kongor. But there's a lot of pings going on. We know that they're coming. Myrmidon is still here. He's actually right next to me, and somehow, I guess I see him. Invisibility must break.